because I can absolutely guarantee you, my friends, they're going to be moving against. Let's move into melee mode here. We don't want to be hitting each other here. Okay, just make sure we got ourselves positioned here. Here they come. Those canister shots have given them absolute hell. Oh, look at that. Look at those riskers of souls going in there. They've been shattered. We've lost our cavalry, but my word, these dead hills have done a wonder, sir. Riskers of souls do not buckle. Greetings and welcome to episode 11 of my Empire Total War Darth mod Ottoman Empire campaign. Before we start, my friends, I'd like to thank you, all of you, for your wonderful support for this campaign. It's been absolutely fantastic to see, it really has. And thank all of you, thank all of the council for their wonderful advice here. We really have had some fantastic proposals and fantastic advice for what we should do once and if we capture Belgrade and Serbia, and also further west once we capture the rest of those territories under siege at the moment. But as you can see here, we are on the brink here, on the absolute brink of retaking Belgrade. Remember, it was taken from us, our forces were stretched, we weren't able to sort of counter the push the Austrians really forced upon us, and thus we find ourselves now having to siege back the city that we lost about 5 years ago. So we are at the moment right on the cusp here, retaking this. Now, of course, we are going to be in a very hard fight here. As you can see, luckily we've brought in a very, very elite army, probably one of our finest armies we have now. Unfortunately, not of the finest in terms of its fire support. We shall, of course, rectify that as soon as this battle is over, in one form or another. But as you can see, we've got Riskers of Souls here. We've also got the organ gun in this army as well. Now, since we are, and the council have actually agreed that we should actually move this army from sort of a backup army, as it were, into Belgrade itself. So we've got this really strong army to repel, as you can see here. The Austrians will probably counterattack in some way, so we must be ready to sort of really hit back here. We've also got to pull this army back out. We shall then transfer some additional forces, probably the risk of souls as well being put in here, and also the organ gun in here, but potentially another gun as well, another 18 pounder. Now, I know that some of the council have asked to be generals in this campaign. Now, as with all my campaigns, my friends, as soon as we have an episode where there is not a battle to start with, that is when you shall see your promotions going through. So fear not, even though you may not see your promotions in this episode, they will, I can promise you, coming along in the subsequent episodes. We've also got a wonderful general here, as you can see. Really has achieved many stars here on his name. So you can see a veteran here, many of command. We mustn't sort of be despondent here and disparage this army here. It really has a veteran army. As you can see, been in a number of fights and held its own. All we need to do is take this. Of course, we've got this bane here in our lives here, which is these 8-inch mortars. They've only got 12 pounders at their disposal, but these 8-inch mortars can be brutes. They really can. So, without further ado, my friends, let's begin hopefully the subsequent capture of Serbia, of Belgrade here. If we can take this, it then solidifies our hold here. It sort of then brings that sort of whole front line nice and straight there for us, apart from that sort of bulge up the top there in the west where we are looking to move against Croatia there. So it's vital here that we take this and then prepare ourselves for the inevitable counterattack, which is going to come. We have to accept that, my friends. Now, as you can see here, they're going to have to use the city here and come through this sort of small town here. I don't believe it is Croatia itself. There's Croatia behind us here. So this is sort of a hamlet, a small town, a village on the outskirts of the main city. And we're going to pull our forces. As you can see, we've got an incredibly small deployment zone here, and not really much to work with in terms of what's available to us. We will use the same tactic we used before, which did work absolutely wonderful. But that was to bring. We've actually got 5 guns here, which is even more than I considered. We will actually use the organ guns and these three guns behind the lines. We'll insert the 6 Topku Okagi here. This 18 pounder we'll put in the main line here in the front lines. We've also got 2 regiments of Delhi horsemen, which is always excellent to see. Just take them off, fire at will here. We don't want to be putting ourselves in trouble there, because as many of you know, my cavalry skills are not of the finest. Now, we've got the Azars here, we've got the Bashi bazooks, which are fantastic in melee combat. If you get them in melee combat, they are absolute brutes. We've got Muslims here, we've got Israelis here. If we can get these Azars here into the front line somewhere. I wonder if they could be here. They're hidden as well, so I think what we'll do, we'll just push our front lines back here. Let's just clear a path so we can do that. We'll just place these forces here. The general, I think we'll try and centre ourselves as best we can here. Now, let's get some of our, look at that, the 13th Order there. They are fantastic. Let's just slightly put them over this here. We'll use the tree here as that marker. We'll put the 6th Artillery Regiment here, right in the middle. Gentlemen. Now let's unlimber. Oh, perfect. Absolutely perfect. I wonder if we would do that, because of course we might come under siege, but then again that's going to limit our fires, our sort of availability to be able to hit those right angles, as it were. I think we'll have the 14th Order here on the right. 8th Order again on the right, moving on that right flank, extending that right flank. We'll have the 11th Order on the left. Nice close proximity here, able to sort of help each other. Well, we've got fire by rank, which is going to prove invaluable. We've got the 9th Order. I wonder if we can pull the Risker of Souls. Look at that. These are an absolute joy. To be honest with you, I'd like to get the Risker of Souls out of this particular fight if possible. Because we want to transfer them, of course, to the other army. We want to keep them as fresh as we possibly can. We'll keep them reserved just in case something does go a little bit awry. We've got now the organ gun. I wonder if we insert the organ gun into one of the lines here. I think we'll do that. I think we'll insert the organ gun that, we'll just put the 8th order, gentlemen, thank you, here. We might put, I think we might put the Hussars here, in front here. Just to give them that added extra protection. Let's push them up right in front here, just to give them that added protection here. Actually, the organ guns are probably blasting to pieces, but we've got these bazooks here. Let's extend the 9th order all the way to the left here, on the extreme left. We shall then put the 12th. Oh no, we'll put the 10th on the right. Thus, let's put the cavalry out here on this flank. We've got, oh look at that, now we could use these gentlemen to draw in, we could use these Muslims here just to draw in these Muslim forces here, to draw in any, we do need to get our act together here, for goodness sake man, get your act together sir. Now put our fire support right to the back here. But as fine as we can do here, we'll just move together. Pretty close here to the line. We've got to watch out for those mortars, they are a brute. We'll pull back these radies here and we'll put them on the right flank just to guard. And if we can try and drag these in and use these as sort of bait to drag them into a specific area, we'll use the Bashi bazooks, we'll have them on here. Now some of these forces have been here a while, some haven't. That's why they're not able to dig in. But still, let's proceed. Now where are those mortars? There it is, right there. What we might do is we try and just set a trap here. As you can see, the topography here allows us to put these gentlemen on the base here of this. And that might just be where that mortars can hit. But we need to gauge the distance of these mortars here. Where can they fire to? As you can see, there's a limited scope here for these organ guns. What a shot, sir. My compliments to the chef. Now, we don't have diamond formation at the moment. We are working on that, though, in our technological advancements here. We've got to be careful what we're doing here, because those mortars are a brute, sir. Got them at the base here. Need to find out. Keep firing, lads. Absolutely perfect. Now they're moving. That's good to see. So, no, gentlemen, no, gentlemen. We just want to test out the range. We want to try and gauge some range of these mortars. Pragmatic is we can probably move around here with these deadly horsemen who, for some reason, just cantering here. Gentlemen, this is not a Sunday stroll. Move, please. Oh, what a fine sight. We just need to get these gentlemen away from their guns, and our mission will be complete. Yes, they're moving away here, which is good to see. So now we can start moving the deadly horsemen here. There it is, there it is. So this is the range. This is the range we're looking at here. Let's pull them back. Let's pull back on a flanking maneuver here. As you can see, we're trying to maneuver here so we can take out these guns before they do any more damage. Before they zero in on these here. Oh, look at that, sir. Let's see if we can try and capture him on the flank here. What the blazes is going on there? What the blazes is going on there? Gentlemen. Let's take out their guns right behind the lines here. Look at that. They've moved swiftly here. Behind the lines, I wonder. Basically disappeared. I'm going to try and catch this. Oh, look at that for that organ gun. That is a brutish. We've got them. Oh, don't tell me you're just trotting along here. This is all tomorrow untouched. Oh, gentlemen. Almost there, almost ready. We're going to crush the team on this side here, on this flank. We've done what we need to do here. Absolutely dispensed of and disposed of here. Let's deal with all of them. Don't loiter, sir. Don't loiter. Let's move in here. We'll take care of the art. Oh, these organ guns are a brute, sir. I think we'll just cease fire because we're getting a bit close to our own lines here. We don't want to destroy and hurt any of our own men here. Let's go to canister shot here, just ready. Overwhelm them, lads. Overwhelm them. Look at this. Charge. Oh my goodness, these are massacres, sir. Oh my goodness me, it's almost a complete collapse here, sir. Look at this, fire by a rank is absolutely impossible. Catch them, lads, catch them. There's been nothing short of a massacre. And Serbia shall be ours. Come on, gentlemen, come on. Put them to the sword. they've gone. Get after them. Shattered. No, gentlemen, no. That was a mistake there on my part. Ceasefire. To take care of these mercenaries, we can then deal with these gentlemen here. Oh, look at that. Don't you break. Devastating fire. Devastating fire. We've got to retake this city. We've got to take it with minimal casualties here. We've got to redo that. The council has been calling on us to reduce the actual numbers in our armies, or to refine them so we have an elite army. Every single army we have is an elite army. Well versed. Let's pull them back here. We don't want to be having too much cat friendly. Oh, look at that. It's done. It's done. Has the city fallen to us? Now the council has called upon us to refine our army, so in other words, to remove some of the, or disband some of the regiments that aren't really of the sort of professional, sort of elite tier of troops we can possibly recruit. So we're going to start slowly, bit by bit, looking at these armies, refine them, making them the absolute finest we possibly can, so that each one has a real punch, has a real firepower behind it. The statistics here. Councils have called us on the statistics as well. Look at that, 122 kills here by the Muslims. Deadly Horsemen again, the Bashi Bazooks, wonderful here. 18 pound, look at that. The Azars, all these forces did wonders here, but these Muslims did a fantastic job there. We only lost 489, they lost 1,049, got 18 men left. This city should be ours. Of course they're going to start raiding us, trying to push behind our lines here. Interesting, but they're going to try and hit the... I might actually set us on a good path here. We're not quite ready for that yet. We'll decline the attack. They can move in there if they wish. Now, a military alliance. I think we might do this. Yeah, I think we'll take this alliance. Our aligning ourselves here with their allies, France, Genoa, New Spain, Venice. That might actually seal a very good, very good alliance for us here. We'll take that. Very friendly. We're now allied with France. Now Spain. They did try to take Morocco there, but alas, they didn't have the firepower which to do that. But I think that military alliance might suit us down to the ground there. Ooh. That was almost Warsaw falling there, but they managed to hold, and they threw back quite a powerful Prussian army there. The eastern front here is really sparked back into life. Oh my goodness me, Berlin under siege. Berlin under siege. Now what is Russia going to do? If Russia's trying to move towards us through our lands here, they will pay the price, sir. Hanover. Crimean Carnage are actually doing a lot of work for us here in terms of hitting. Oh, look at that. You know, we've got absolutely cast aside there by the French. And also the council have called for us to move into the New World with a fleet, and also to deal with the pirates by sending a brand new fleet into the New World, and also to increase our trade as well. So many of the council, General Kavnar as well as Admiral Kavnar, should I say, has called for us to move in additional trade forces, and also to move in and deal with the pirates here. Measuring tools are ready, so that's fantastic. That means we can now upgrade our infrastructure to almost full, or too full, not almost, too full. Ah, and that is a shame. We've lost a good scholar there. Ah, now I think here, I think we'll get a craft workshop. Also, the council calling upon us to formally ally ourselves with the Persians, but also to move these forces here because we're very, very strong allies. Well, not allies, but we're strong friends, should we say, with the Persians. So a number of council asking for us to sort of begin pushing forces or pulling forces. We've had some council members asking for us to actually move against the Persians. We've also had some council members to call for us to moving forces away from the Middle East, because we're so friendly with the Persians, and to look to sort of upgrading all these cities here, getting a maximum out of all these cities here: Jerusalem, Damascus, Cairo. Actually, what we could do, I think we're going to start upgrading our land here. Oh, look at that, the kilns, 4,000. That's going to cost a hefty chunk of cash. 2,500 there for that. But we're trying to get all our farms up and running here as best we can. So let's get all these farms. We've got to really supply that food for the population here. We want the population to be doing well. A happy population is a happy empire. Large cotton plantation, 25. What does cotton bring in at the moment here? Let's have a good trade. Cotton is 25. Not the best. Actually, it's one of the best. I do beg your pardon. That's 2,500. That's going to cost us, as I said, a pretty penny there. Let's get all these clearances up and running. Once we've got the farms running, the infrastructure, the basics are really important here. Also, maybe the council asking for take Patras here as well, which we might look to do eventually. Now our fleet, our navy is not looking the finest. If we need to move trade, we have to start creating more trade vessels. So let's start recruiting those as well. Look at a sloop here, a sloop here as well. I would also look at a sloop here to get that trade. The council has asked us to do that. As you can see, we're upgrading all the clearances, all the farms here. What do we have here in Bucharest? I'm thinking at the moment, but have we taken this town? Not yet, sir. Now we could rid ourselves here of these. They've moved quite clearly. Oh, look at that. That's a fine force there. We've got these. We want to move these gentlemen to here if possible. Can we weave? We can indeed. Look at that. How is the conversion here? 25.6% into Islam. Orthodoxy is going down here. But look at this here. This really is ready, right for the taking Zagreb here in Croatia. We do still have a powerful force here guarding Sarajevo. We've got this force moving down, but the vineyard here, we've got to be careful what we're doing here. We've got to watch out for this. And why are these Russian forces here as well? That's something else we've got to keep an eye on. Transylvania could possibly be in their grasp where they could move through here and attack through and take Transylvania. So we'll be careful what we're doing here. Now some of the council have asked us to refine our troops here, so we can't really do much else. We could begin recruiting here additional forces to, as I said, maybe keep some of these forces as garrison forces and then mix in some of the more elite units, especially these Sekban melee infantry. They're fantastic. But it's going to be the musketeers and the grenadiers. I think they're going to prove the backbone of our army until we can get that western. We've got Rich for that's Royal Mamluk Guards. They are fantastic. So I think we'll keep the diamond formation here. It's almost a wedge formation. We'll almost keep that going there. There's almost 4 more turns. We've got European Doctrine. We can't get anything from that yet. Oh, look at that. Cairo Janissaries. That is fantastic. I believe one of the council members was also saying that we can get from Cairo an elite unit. I believe it's probably the Cairo Janissaries. Or have I missed something here? Oh, I beg your pardon. African Infantry Guards. The councillors are once again absolutely spot on. Royal African Infantry Guards. £18 here. But ideally we need to increase and improve our infrastructure, if anything. Especially here in Syria, which has absolutely nothing at all. I think we're going to look for the base mansion here. Let's start increasing our infrastructure. Let's start improving that as best we can. 7544. Any chance that we can have any more trade than the other nations? It doesn't look like at all, no. That's a huge trade we got there with Marathans. We've still got a number of fights to go yet. Probably the next one is going to be Zagreb here. And the council have also requested that we move in, remove these forces here, and then move against Freiburg here, Hungary, and also against Vienna. That's going to take a huge push. We do have a good amount of trade here with Venice as well, which is excellent to see. We've got to keep an eye on what the Russians are doing as well. That's going to prove vital. So we've got... We're also recent division of labour, because that will give us the ability then to get commercial ports, which means our trade will explode, which is definitely what we need to do here. We need to get trade. We need to get commercial ports. As you can see here, additional 3 trade routes. It's going to increase the town wealth, increase the regional wealth as well, and improve the capacity. So that's absolutely fantastic. Let's end the turn here. Let's see what happens. Let's see what the Austrian response will be. Now Britain hasn't really been doing much, but they are preparing something here. But of course they can't move. Oh, damn you, Britain! Damn you, sir! Reinforcing here. They're reinforcing these front lines here. They're quite clearly going to try and push back against this siege. Now, why, oh why, is that like that? I think we have to take this fight here, because otherwise we're going to lose a ridiculous amount of troops otherwise. That is just not right, unless it's the Swiss Grenadiers here twisting this around here. But we're going to take this fight. We're going to obliterate this small force here. I think we have a series of fights in this episode here, my friends. We shall not hold back. We shall not cower. We shall not be sort of quivering in the corner, curled up into a ball. Not a chance, sir. We stand proud. We stand ready to fight whomever it may be, in whatever circumstance. Oh, look at that. It's a beautiful day here as well. Look at that. A beautiful day in the Balkans. Now, I believe we can probably pull back here, and we can use at least 3 of these guns here on the sort of slight hillock here. We will also include, got deadly horsemen who've been absolutely, to be frank with you, my friends, vanquished here. They've been absolutely smashed to pieces. Now we've got the general here, who we shall put here. We'll also include one of these 18-pounders right in the middle here. We've got Riskers of Souls, who've just been absolutely incredible. Deadly horsemen we've put out on the flanks, probably on the right flank here. Probably best for the deadly horsemen. We're still behind many of the nations in terms of technology, but we're catching up as quickly as we possibly can. We will have to upgrade some of our schools. Now we do have these musketeers. Let's put the musketeers right in the vanguard here of the defence. Then we'll have our 18-pounder here, hither. And let's have our grenadiers here on the left. Gentlemen. Too close. Perfect. Let's really seal this front down here. Israelis, I think we'll have the musketeers here again on the left. And they have to come through again through this town here, this small hamlet or small town village. That's going to prove the dividends for us there. Oh, look at that, these musketeers, we'll have these on the right. Grenadiers again on the right here, just to make sure we've got this flank completely secure. More musketeers here on the left. We'll put our Israelis here behind as a support. Combine the 6th and 7th together to give ourselves that sort of central defensive position. Or reserve, should I say. We got the 3rd Order. Got 2 lots of Riskers of Souls. We'd love to get in behind the enemies. We might even put them up in these excuse me, my friends, we might even put them up here in the tree line here if we can counter-attack here, and the same goes for these horse. Oh, wait a minute, we've got Mamelukes all the way over here. Let's combine them here. Take these gentlemen off here, put them on melee. Now, is that everybody? We want no one in front here, everyone's got to be behind the lines here. Excellent to see, we're all ready to go. Let's take this fight, my friend. Look at that. Don't you walk, gentlemen, don't you walk. Move. Look at these Riskers of Souls, these are absolutely wonderful. Looks like they're going to come down, as you can see. This really does break up their sort of ability to keep their formations in line, in check here. They've gone. Their artillery is already gone. Fire support gone. There must be a ridge here, indeed. Ah, there it is. This village will be eliminated if needs be to make our conquest easier. We shall not hold back. Just because of souls here. Let's move in. Don't you dare just troll, gentlemen. Don't you dare. Probably that's carry out your orders. We just need to keep them pinned down here. If we can get these Riskers of Souls in, this is going to be a bloodbath. Goodness me, it's an absolute... It is a bloodbath. There's no denying it. Don't you waver, lads, don't you waver. been an absolute joy to see. This has been nothing but a joy to see. Show these citizens what they're up against. The riskers of souls have come to town, sir. And they spare no one. Of course they're wavering. Oh, this has been an absolute look at that. Even the Swiss Grenadiers have had enough. The riskers of souls are an absolute joy to see. Ladies and gentlemen, Ernest Schroeder's gone. Shattered. Look at this, what a bloodbath. Gone. An absolute butcher's yard, sir. Nothing short of it. That is a thorough thrashing of the enemy, and rightly so, sir. 84, we lost 84, we lost 200, lost everything. Statistics. Riskers of Souls again have done their work. 64 kills, over 100 kills between them. More than anything else combined. Absolutely fantastic. Those Riskers of Souls are an absolute gem. They really are. Look at that, we've got it. It's ours now, sir. Looks like they're going to start hitting us here from all different angles. Now they're backing away. How is that possible? Well, I'm not going to... 154 kills, that's just unbelievable. But Serbia is ours. Spain now. They might be trying to make another move against Morocco, which will be good. A military ally does need to start extending their power here a little bit. Doesn't look like Berlin hasn't fallen. So it looks like the Poles weren't quite successful there in taking Berlin. Have they taken Königsberg back from the British? I know that Königsberg was under siege from the British here, or was under control of the British, I beg your pardon. What will Russia do? As long as it's nothing silly. Looks like they might be moving against Prussia, possibly, in support of their Polish allies, possibly Maratha Confederacy. Really massive. Oh, well done, 13 colonies, well done, sir. So that is huge. Savoy have really taken that fight there. Mughal Empire, what's left of it, of course. Crimean Khanate is actually gathering strength here. Well, well, well. Do you know what? Oh, well done, Mexico, well done, sir. It's good to see that the other nations are actually taking a good grip of things here, but of course not that much of a grip. That's absolutely fantastic to see. Oh my goodness me, they already brought the big guns here. Hungarian Grenadiers, they're going to try and outflank us probably, moving down here. They've also moved into here, but still we have this under our control now. Now this army is going to be replenished. It might cost us a few shillings. Yes, indeed it has. What we will do is we're going to move this army out here. We're going to push this army into here. Sorry about that, my friends. We definitely need to bring this army to full strength. Not too bad, actually. We're going to move those Riskers of Souls into here. What else would... Oh, no, I think we'll move the organ guns in here as well. Now that there is a force that can deal with anything coming its way. Let's make sure we've got everything replenished here. particles of souls at full strength. Let's get this army here, which they really did a wonderful job of taking Belgrade here. We do need to really... We've absolutely stripped our money. We've got 11,594. Trade is booming. We've got Great Britain cut off though, unfortunately, and also Savoy. But we've got... trade is booming here. How are our ministers? Treasury is doing fantastically well. I wonder if we get... We've got some good candidates here. Unfortunately, our Sultan is not the final. Look at that government, 87% popularity there. That is absolutely fantastic. Good to see the... it's good to see that the population do... What we might have to do is cancel this. To get us some money to repair this. We've got to get that back into some kind of order. We need infrastructure as well. The infrastructure does need to be ramped up here. Right, let's get our sloops. We've got these gentlemen who sat here as well, which we've completely forgotten about. Now that is a blunder. That is a blunder. Trade. I think we'll try and get some ivory if possible. Let's go to East Africa. Again, we are going to be at the behest of the council. We are going to listen to the council's advice. It has been invaluable of late, it really has. And again, send these gentlemen to the West African Theatre, Trade Theatre. We do need to ramp up our production here. The sloop here, the Hassan Huluj. Excellent. Plus morale, as mentioned in dispatches, fantastic. Got our sloops, and oh, look at that, all of that, what a huge boost. Got these mines as well, they've been upgraded fully. And we've got these additional mines as well. That's where the wealth has come from. We do need to upgrade in the interior here as well. How's our research coming along here? We do need to get a military academy up and running. We need a military academy here, do we? I thought we had. We do. We need to get a military academy here. That will get us... Oh, and more to Balok. But it's the kite. I think it's here. Oh, look at that. Palestinian auxiliaries as well. Not too bad at all. I think we'll have one more turn here, my friends, and we'll end this episode here. But it's been such a thoroughly enjoyable campaign this has thus far. It really has. This army here has proven its worth tenfold. Let's end the turn here, my friends. This last turn here. Britain is going to do something there, but I'm not sure what. Looks like, oh, Austria have taken care of Poland as well, but look at that. They've immediately besieged. We shall break that siege immediately. Well, I'll be, look at that. They've obviously called in the Russians to aid them here. What will Russia do? Russia's definitely helping out the Poles here. They're propping them up at the moment. Sweden. What's Morocco going to do? Mughal Empire. Crimean Khan is gathering strength here. Nothing silly from you, Venice. Nothing silly from you, sir. Pirates again hitting there. Ah, excellent. Give me the Konya. 11,863. Look at that there. They besieged us straight away, but we shall not yield here. These armies are almost at full strength. If they wish to fight us, be prepared. We might even move against them. We can't allow Sarajevo to fall. Zagreb is besieged, of course. Let's upgrade that. It's 2,000. Let's upgrade this 2,500 here. Let's get the cotton flowing here through our trade ports. Let's get that military academy. We need the military academy here. We don't have explosive shell just yet. 2 more turns if we get that, then we're going to move explosive shell to get great arsenal to get ourselves as 24 pounders. We really are absolutely moving at great pace here. We do need to do something about our armies here. We need to increase our army size, but refine it. We need to refine this army here. We've got Falahin. Let's try and refine some of our armies here. Let's have 2 grenadiers, 2 musketeers. We can't do anything else, I don't believe, just yet here. But what we are going to do, actually we can repair that. What we are going to do though, is we're going to move against this here, and we're going to lift the siege immediately. We're not going to allow them to do anything. That, my friends, is going to be the fight for next episode. And I hope, my friends, you've enjoyed this episode at all. I know Michael has called for, indeed, that we recruit some forces as sort of an economic raiders, as it were, so we're hitting them economically behind the Austrian lines. I'm going to do that next episode. I just wanted to focus on getting these battles out of the way, with all your advice, even if you don't see your advice, you know, sort of being moved and being sort of acted upon straight away. I promise you it will be done. I know that Michael has called upon us sort of produce sort of an economic strike force that will attack the Austrians behind the lines, hit their towns, hit their cities, hit their production centres, hit their farms, and sort of like almost lightning strike all the time, hitting their mines, that type of thing. I have not forgotten, my friends. We just wanted to get those battles, and we wanted to capture those cities. That was a primary goal. Well, and of course we are besieged now, but if we can defeat this army here, it'll then set us possibly on the path to actually moving against Vienna itself, which will be an absolute what a boom that would be for us. I mean, that would be a major coup, that really would. So if we have to do step by step, then we will produce those troops that will be that economic sort of strike force. All of your advice will always be used, my friends. Even if you don't see it happening straight away, I promise you it will be used. And I know the number of you have called to be generals, that will also happen. As soon as we have an episode where there's not a battle to start with, that will happen. But I hope you've enjoyed it, my friends. Thank you for all your wonderful advice and wonderful proposals and wonderful support and very kind words. Many of you have very, very kind words, which means a lot. It really does. But until next time, my friends, when I think it'll be the Knights of St. John next, and I think then we'll do the British campaign. I know I said we'd do the British campaign, Knights of St. John, British campaign, probably a Russian campaign, and then we'll be moving on to back to probably when Napoleon Total War won. So that's the list we've got coming up towards Christmas, my friends. I know I apologise for it being quite a long time between episodes, but as you can hopefully appreciate, with Christmas coming up and with work, it's just been absolutely madness behind the scenes. It really has. I've been crazily busy. But hopefully that'll ease back with Christmas and New Year. But until next time, my friends, bye for now.